Hi guys. So today we will discuss about the Kal Sarpa Yoga, which is very popular among the masses, mainly in India and abroad also. So few of the things which are very popular about the Kal Sarpa Yoga. The first one is horror. The second one is the atrocity. The third one is the ferocious. It's so ferocious. And fourth one is it is very detrimental. So the so-called astrologer, what they say that if you have this Kal Sarpa Yoga in your horoscope or in your kundli, then your life will be like hell. It will be as detrimental as the weapon and will destroy all your good yogas and all your dashas and everything. So today I would like to throw some light on this as the knowledge which I have gathered in my last, I think 19 to 20 years of research, astrological research, I would like to say. So let's look into this. So the horror of Kal Sarpa Yoga. First of all, it is ridiculous to say because every 1 out of 4 people has this yoga in the world. Even the stalwarts in their respective fields like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, the master blaster Sachin Tendulkar, and a lot of other personalities from different domain and fields who have this yoga. Despite that, they have excelled in their life. They reached the zenith and pinnacle of success and proved themselves as an epitome in their respective field. But if the theory of Kal Sarpa Yoga is this, that those who killed snakes in their previous lives, does it not amount to saying that 120 crore snakes are being killed all over the world at least once a year, 10 years? So if you take an example of some Asian countries or in the Asia Pacific region like China, they eat a lot of snakes. If you go there, you can find a lot of snake soups, snake dishes in the restaurant, in the hotel. Then all those Chinese people who kill and eat snakes are born with this so-called KSY, that is Kal Sarpa Yoga, in their next birth. Does that mean the same? What the gist I got from this fallacious theory is that all the Chinese should have been suffered from this yoga because all of them they eat and they eat the food that has snakes, the dead ones. So they must be having this yoga in their horoscope, which is not true. That is not true. If they have been eating the snakes in such a speed, then I think there would be no snakes in this world. But that is not true. So whenever a problem arises, we consult the classics of Vedic astrology. But in this case, the problem is that we don't find anything regarding Kal Sarpa Yoga in some ancient books of astrology like Brihad Parashar Hora Shastra, Jamni Sutram, Brihad Jatakam, Uttar Kalmira, Fal Deepika, Jatak Parijat, Sarbarth Chintamani, and lots of others. This yoga had not been defined or mentioned in any of the classical astrological books in the history of astrology. So how this yoga came into existence? So I would like to point out that during the 1950s or 60s, there were few of the astrologers. They were from Gujarat, India. They had started to popularize this yoga, the ferocious yoga, the Kal Sarpa Yoga. And they were trying to introduce the fear among the masses. So that was a mercenary act, I could say. I don't want to pinpoint to some particular astrologers. I don't want to just take the name of those astrologers, but yeah, there were few. They had started, and nowadays what happened? People are charging, the so-called astrologers. They have started charging a lot because they know that the person is in trouble and he would pay. If he has to mortgage something, he can pay. If he is earning a lot, he can pay. If he's in stress, he can pay. Because he will eventually arrange all the mulhas or all the money that is required to absolve or nullify the bad effects of this yoga. When the astrologer says that you have to do this sort of or this particular karma kand or puja to nullify the effects of this bad yoga. So my friends, I would like to say that you are the solely and only person who is responsible for your act. So suppose this yoga is there, and that is true. Suppose, I'm not saying that it is true, and suppose that this is true. Then ask the astrologer, then if I am the person who has done something wrong in my past life, and because of that I am suffering in this life, then I will be the same person who has to do something to absolve and nullify the effects of this yoga. Nobody else can do the same. Nobody else can do the same. Even the sages, the great sages who had born, they say, I can show you the way, but they cannot give the salvation or liberation from the Maya. So you have to do everything. You have to do. If you're feeling hungry, you have to eat. If you're feeling weak, you have to do something. You have to go to doctor. You have to take the medicine. But if the else claims that he will do something and you will get the benefit, then that is I think, the fallacious statement. So spiritually, I don't want to discuss that. It's a very big matter. But yeah, the dread among the masses about the Kal Sarpa Yoga is very, 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 very fearsome, I think. The trepidity which has been introduced is really very bad. So first of all, I would like to say that do some meditation if you are in stress. If you're having something, if you're feeling not feeling good, if you're having a stress, if you're anxious, if you're anxietyful, and if you are facing some issues or problem, just face them. If you want some astrological help, you can go to the good astrologer. They are good astrologers there. They can tell you the way, they can show you the way by reading your chart. I can't say the astrology will be 100% right, yeah, but 60 to 70% in my opinion is right, because you can't unveil all the riddles of the life, riddles of the future. It is meant to be kept unveiled because the creator wants that only. So if you have a faith in God, If you have a faith in yourself, if you have faith in spirituality, do some meditation, do some pujas, and just do your work with full devotion, full vigor and vim. And that's all. So don't be afraid and panic if some astrologers say that you have this ferocious yoga. Listen to them and don't pay their fees. And take a deep breath, fresh breath, and do your work with devotion. And that's all. Thanks.